Alright guys, it's me TYCOON coming back to you with another review, and this is a Supercell Season 1 overview. This series is Rapman's superhero series, and he decided to set it in South London. And you know what? I live in South London, and I grew up around that kind of area where this series is set. It's set in the more Peckham, Bermondsey, that kind of area. I grew up in Stockwell, South London, and yeah, a lot of this kind of resonated with me. And this series is actually really good. Um, as said on there, it's the #1 global TV series in English, and more importantly, it showcased people in a much more positive light than what you would normally get in the media. And you know what I'm talking about when I say people. Yes, I am talking about people from an African or Caribbean sort of background, who are normally tended to be portrayed in the more negative lights. This is actually a very positive series in that sense. Ratman did go out there and put together a very good series. The acting quality is again really good. Is it predictable? In some areas it is. You knew the bad guy was going to be from the moment that you see them, and you know what's going to be going down. So let's get into the series and what it's all about. It's set around 5 people that have superpowers activated because they have a shared common trait, which is sickle cell. And within sickle cell, there is any kind of mutations that happen within it. It triggers off a superpower, and the government is actually quite interested in this to the point whereby they want to either contain these people, get them hunted down, or use them for their own nefarious purposes. And we see that, in the beginning, as one person tries to escape from a place that she is captured and closed in, and she gets killed right at the beginning. But we're learning along the way what is going on. The series boasts some very great acting talent, which includes Tosin Cole, that you might have seen in the House Party remake. I didn't know he was English. And the same with Eric Kofi Abrafa, Lamar from BMF season 1 and 2. I didn't know this guy was an English actor. He was a badass, and he was great in this series as well, playing the sort of guy who's got super strength. Yeah, the Hulkish kind of thing. And again, some of these other guys who have got their powers, like Rodney, super speed, Taser, played by I'm trying to remember the guy's name, which is Josh Taduka. He plays the youngster, which is quite, how can I say this, timely, because a lot of the young guys are getting into the grime music scene or whatever music scene they want to get into. They're fighting on the streets against other MCs rather than battling verse for verse. They're actually going out there and attacking one another to the point whereby people are getting killed. And they bring about the knife crime as well. They talk about that in a certain way, but they also bring about another kind of thing too within this, which is, some of these guys are growing up in that sort of area, but they hold on to a lot of their culture because of their grandparents, are from that background that has a cultural element in there and wants to keep that alive and well no matter what happens outside. At home, you do respect your elders. It's quite nice seeing that. You've also got Sabrine, who is played by Nadine Mills, and her power is telekinesis, but also she's a nurse. And it works really well with her, because she's also on a level of discovery, but at the same time within the NHS, she's finding that the workload is so much, she's getting very stressed out from it. Plus, she's also got a crazy sister by her name is Charlene, and my god, does she get into so much trouble when she doesn't need to get into trouble. She just wants to be I don't know what she's trying to be. But again, as with all these kinds of things, there's characters out there that you don't like and characters that you do like. It's kind of good fun. Getting into the actual series itself, each and every episode is dealing with each character and bringing them together at the end. So each character has a materialization of their superpower, leading to a future event where they all have to come together and battle against other superpowered beings in a desolated London. But we don't know who these guys are and why they're all coming together and what's happening there. But it's done extremely well. And, It's reminiscent of the Defenders that used, that was on Netflix, where they brought all the superhero characters like Daredevil and Luke Cage and so on and so forth. Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and Jessica Jones all together, and formed the superpower team. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and being set in South London was really good. You saw Getz as the bad guy. You knew it was going to be the bad guy, playing crazy. You knew it. It was just there. It was coming out loud and clear. But you know, being the bad guy, he had a lot of fun playing that role. I mean, I know when I was playing the bad guy in pro wrestling, I had so much fun doing it. So, he had a hell of a lot of fun and he really enjoyed it. It was quite clear seeing it. Um, each character does have their own story as well. I mean, Andre, who's the Super Hulk, Eric's character, he's trying to look out for his son, make sure his son doesn't fall down the same traps that he falls into. Taser's trying to make it in the music industry, but also has to balance street life and again being poor. Sabrina has her issues with not only her sister that she's taking care of, a younger sister who's mad, but also juggling with the NHS and trying to get promotions, so on and so forth. Feeling that because of her background, she may not be promoted and be overlooked. And some of these things are quite real. They hit home because they do. You see Tossan's character being Michael, not only trying to save his mum who has sickle cell, but also trying to stop a tragic event taking place, which can lead to the downfall of a society. Rodney's character was actually the most interesting to watch because of his mixed race heritage, and you saw that being brought in. That his mum was white, but she decided to abandon her child because she went with a guy who doesn't like mixed race kids, that kind of thing. And it was quite interesting seeing how he's trying to balance everything in life, from being the drug dealer because he left Tesco's and could have made more money, but now he's got his superpowers. He's making more money very quickly because he could get the drugs to a lot of people very fast. It was quite interesting seeing how all of these guys would come together and fight for what they believe in, which is to stop bad things from happening and events from taking place. Unfortunately, at the end, there is a twist. There's actually two twists that can potentially lead to season 2, which I hope will be done. Season 2 will be done. But again, it's Netflix. So Netflix, at the spur of a moment, can cancel series, even if they've done extremely well. And I hope they don't. And I hope season 2 does get underway in development. I would strongly recommend this series for anyone to go out there and watch. It is an hour long each episode. It's well put together, well done. It puts UK South London on the map proper. Not just a footnote in a US Hollywood movie like Croydon. He was famous in Croydon. That kind of thing. No, none of that. This is good. I love this. And personally, if I had a gripe, there's not enough Asians in it. Sorry, but that's me. But all I'll say is, check this series out. It's a really good series. As always, guys, whichever platform you're watching this on, whether it is TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, whatever platform, give it a like, give me a follow, give me a subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments. And as always, if you don't know how to do that, then you'll need to go back to school. So says the TYCOON.